Americans are deeply divided, though, over the war with Iran. New polling reveals more than half of voters oppose the ongoing military action.
Ashlie Rodriguez shared these results with local veterans to get their take on the conflict. Ashlie, what did you learn?
Well, I can tell you there's definitely a generational divide when it comes to the war in Iran. I spoke with vets who watched Iran fall in 1979. They watched the hostage situation play out. They believe that there is a moral imperative for the U.S. military to be there and to intervene. Meanwhile, the younger generations do not. War in Iran is now a part of water cooler talk inside Mesa's VFW post 1760.
Not only was I in the military for 22 years, but I spent 12 years contracting in the Middle East.
U.S. Army veteran David Donker says he saw firsthand the pain and struggle of the Iranian people under the reign of the Ayatollahs. It's why he's proud President Trump took action last month.
In Iran, they were killing like 10,000 of their own citizens. So there's something intrinsically wrong with that, and we're just the only people that can really get in there and do it.
But Donkers is in the minority, according to a new Quinnipiac poll that found 53% of voters oppose the war, 40% support it, and 74% of voters don't want to see American boots on the ground. That opinion echoed by active duty and veterans across social media, mainly millennials and Gen Z.
This is not about us, never has been about us, and never will be about us. It's about money.
If you are in the military right now, just know that you are not serving your country. You are not fighting for freedom or democracy. You are fighting for about 1,000-odd child trafficking, parasitically wealthy billionaires.
I brought these concerns to older vets who were quick to shut down that sentiment.
This is something that should have happened back when the Carter administration was on. All these presidents have said they were going to do something about it, but they never do.
Polling shows support for U.S. military action in Iran is generally stronger among Republicans and weaker among Democrats and independents. But what unites everyone is concern the conflict will drag on.
There's no such thing as a sanitized war, but at the end of the day, does the end result make it better for humankind all across the spectrum? Does it? And I think yes is the answer.
And there is new concern today circulating on social media, especially amongst millennials and Gen Z, that there is a draft coming after some ambiguous statements from the White House. But the White House did clarify that there's no plans at this time for boots on the ground, but President Trump has not ruled it out. We'll send it back to you in the studio.